So enigmatic and charismatic, gotta live static, gotta get at it, never pragmatic, cause we live tragic. I can't live average, to be alive's magic. Turn it up in the back cause I'm grabbing everything I want, get in my way and I'm stabbing. I'll be moving crowds till I'm 6 feet napping. They need another fix, hooked on like an addict. I got my eyes on the prize and it's changing lives. I wanna live till I die, make a difference, right? I wanna give those in need a reason to fight. I wanna live every day like it's my last night. I wanna change how we play the game, rearrange all the pieces till they say my name, push an agenda against doing what they say. I wanna stand up and start a revolution. I wanna 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 start a revolution. I'm on top now while me kissing babies. Call me out president, boss tool, hate me. I'ma trust my gut, you don't faze me. I'ma give my blood, don't save me. Damn, it's never enough, still chasing every single dream that I've had since I was 18. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution. Start a revolution.
Happy Monday to you folks. It is Monday, January 24th, 2022. Man, oh man. I mean, January can kiss my ass goodbye. What do you say? It has been one after another, and it doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Welcome to the Angry American. I am indeed the Angry American. Went live on TikTok right before the podcast. It's always good. It's always refreshing to interact with you guys. I mean, we have some diehard supporters, but my favorite individuals are the trolls. The trolls that want to call me a Trumper. And then when I had to reiterate to the troll, I'm not a Trumper, I'm a conservative. Well, all conservatives are treasonous Trumpers. Treasonous. I mean, let's not worry about the fact that my son is currently serving his country. Let's not worry about the fact that I come from a military family. Let's not worry about the fact that I've put it all on the line for the American people. Let's not worry about that stuff. That stuff is not important. What is important is that since you do not align with my values, then you are a treasonous Trumper. I can't make it up. Whoever thought that we would reach a point where America was the punchline? Whoever thought that we'd reach a point that you would be criticized and ridiculed for supporting your country? Pardon me. Whoever thought that we'd see a time when anti-American sentiment in America was at the highest level it has ever been? Whoever thought we'd see that time? Whoever thought we'd see a time when you have a buffoon in office? Joe Biden is unequivocally, without a doubt, the worst president in history. History, folks. And I mean it. I seriously mean it. Think about it. Think about all that has transpired since the man was elected. You had a contested election that it just wouldn't go away. Day after day, people marching in the street. They didn't believe that the guy won. And here we are, as he is about to be in the middle of his term, and even his party is souring on him. They truly are. His party is saying, what did we do? Why did we go this route? They wanted Donald Trump out of office so bad that they were willing to put someone whose mental faculty has failed him. Don't believe me? Just today, he wanted to speak about crime. Crime is running rampant. We have lost 5 police officers. 5 this year. It's January. The month isn't even over. We've lost 5 cops. Dead. So he wanted to talk about crime. Crime is the focal point. Want to talk about crime. So a Fox reporter, which, I'm going to be honest, I watch more CNN than I do Fox, and it's all about perspective. I really want to know what the left is thinking, what they're reporting on. It's not like I like the news station. I don't like any news station. He said this. I want to give you the conversation. Let's play the tape.
Political liability. That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? The guy asked if inflation would be a hindrance during the midterm elections. And he said, no, it's an asset. It's an asset, you stupid son of a bitch. This is the president of the United States, people. He didn't know the mic was on, or he didn't care. Either way, it's not okay. We slaughtered Donald Trump for his repeated tweets. He put his foot in his mouth constantly, consistently, over and over and over. And to be fair, it probably cost him a second term. There's no doubt about it. It's not probably. It did cost him a second term. And now we have this man in office who is just undeniably lost his mental faculty. This is the leader of the free world. And we are looking at some serious international incidents on the horizon. That's right. 8,500 American troops have been put on high alert. They could be deployed any given time. That's insane. To be a deterrent for Russia. This isn't North Korea. This isn't Afghanistan. This isn't a smaller nation. We're talking about the second coming of the Soviet Union. How many of you lived through the Cold War? I was alive, although be it I was a youngster, I was alive when the iconic, the great, the wonderful phrase, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Do you remember that? because I do. I was in elementary school. And although I didn't know at the time the significance of that phrase, is a big deal. Vladimir Putin has been, a czar over there. I mean, he has been in power for just a long time. They gave you the ruse that democracy was setting in, that the Soviet Union was gone, and that Russia was created, and that communism was dead. Now, how many of you honestly believe that the KGB also died with the Soviet Union? Because I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. There are countless weapons of mass destruction that just disappeared, fell off the books. You don't think those are, I don't know, still around somewhere, floating around in storage? This is a big deal. This is a huge deal. And don't think for 1 second that China will not see what transpires here. And don't think for 1 second that it is not going to dictate how they proceed with Taiwan. Don't think for 1 second that the rest of the world isn't watching. I said it yesterday on the podcast. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of a world conflict. Now, I hesitate to put that war label on this because we all know what that means. We've been basically at a standstill since those bombs were dropped on Japan. Nobody wants to be the one to fire a nuclear weapon because it will be the end. We will retaliate, and so on and so forth. So I hesitate greatly to put that war label on this. I want to say conflict. I hope there's diplomacy. But this is the man we have in office. If you need me to play the clip for you, I surely will. Do you think a leader like Vladimir Putin is respecting this guy? Do you think that any world leader, I don't know, say a leader of China, maybe, or North Korea, or Iran, or, I don't know. Do you think they're respecting him? It's unbelievable. And to see the hypocrisy unfold from the left, they are justifying this by saying that the Fox reporter should have stick to the questions that he was presented. See, that's how this works. I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but you're given a list of questions that you can ask. It is preset. That means the president has an opportunity to stand there and go over his answers time and time again. And yet our president still fumbles every damn time. Why? Because his mental faculty is gone. Which begs a bigger question. If he is not all there, if he is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, then who the hell runs the country? Yeah, I'm turned up today. Because I have a 21-year-old son who thought he would join the military for the benefits, for his wife, for their life down the road. And now all of a sudden, we're watching these international incidents very closely. Tensions are very high in this house and in every other military house in this nation and abroad. This is unfathomable that we've allowed ourselves to get to this point. That's why this is the angry American. I have been crucified for bringing you the truth. I have been slaughtered, left out to pasture for speaking my mind, my opinion, and delivering you facts. FBC. That's what we do here. Fact-based content only. And whenever I am giving my opinion, I always say this is my opinion. I'm watching my TikTok account, which is the way we interface with all of you, lose followers. This week alone, I have had 23,700 likes on the few videos that I've dropped. I've lost 2,500 followers. Where the hell does that happen? It happens here. It happens now. We live in this world. You're not allowed to have an opinion. And God forbid if you stand against the narrative. And I promise you, the narrative is nothing good. Nothing good. And that is my angry American rant for the day. Congratulations, you have just survived the angry American rant of the day. Man, oh man. Yeah, at least somebody will give me a clap. Thank you, man. We're going to switch gears. 2 years ago, I started this. I talked extensively about the financial collapse that was looming. Extensively. We saw this bubble just growing and growing to the point that at any given moment, it could burst. Any given moment. Oh. Here we are. Here we are. Today, the Dow lost 1,100 points. 1,100 points. Now, I hate to break it to you. That's not a typical day. Nope. And then recovered to close up 99 points. So what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that the volatility is unprecedented. Think of all the things that are working against the economy right now. We are still battling the pandemic. It is still a money grab. A lot of people don't want to believe that. There are people out there that just don't want to hear it. It is a money grab. Inflation is at a 40-year high. We're talking about upwards to 50% inflation, depending on what you are buying. Your pay hasn't went up. My pay has disappeared. Nothing is going to happen to allow us to keep pace with the current rate of inflation. The Fed has said that they are going to regulate crypto. Now, I am a believer in cryptocurrency. I have made a small amount of money in cryptocurrency. I know that when this resets, and make no mistake, it's coming. When this resets, we will have digital currency. CBDCs are a reality. They're going to regulate it. No more will it be the Wild West. No more will you be allowed. Let me give you what that equates to. No more will you be allowed to make wealth, to create wealth via investing in cryptocurrency. It'll be harder. There is regulation coming. The Fed also has said that they're going to raise interest rates at least 3 times. Now, I have told you that the first time it happens, that will crush the economy. That will send a shockwave through the economy. You know, I try to do this podcast, and I should just turn my phone on silent. Because people, again, I said it last night, I'm going to say it again. Majority of the people in my circle do not like this part of my life. I mean, they don't. And when they know that I'm doing this, they will continuously send me messages. Boom, 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 boom. One after another, after another. Oh, my goodness. And then you lose your train of thought. The Fed is going to raise interest rates at least 3 times. That first time will be a crushing blow. The second time will probably finish it off. I mean, truly finish it off. We have everything working against us in this economy. Everything. So what do? I mean, how can you protect yourself in this environment? How? And let me finish this. Give me 1 second here. My goodness. They really don't. They really hate it. They do. They say things like, "Man, you're going to end up dead. You're going to end up having an accident or being ran off the road." That's stuff I don't want to hear. You know, I don't do this for them. I do this for this country. I do this for me. Like, how many times do I need to say it before people get it? My voice matters. Your voice matters. The only way we're going to create change is make it happen. So how do you protect yourself? Gold, silver, I mean, those are things that you could buy, tangible metals, in the event of a catastrophic economic collapse. But with CBDCs coming, what's going to back those CBDCs? We can no longer do this debt-based dollar. It doesn't work. We just create money out of thin air. And it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. We have printed so much money. You know, we've printed enough money to give you guys $100,000 and put you in a good position. But do you think the government would ever do that? No. No, they won't do that. That doesn't make any sense. You know? I mean, we're talking about a large amount of money. And whenever you have a surplus of something, what happens? It loses value. The value goes down. Trillions of dollars. And we don't bat an eye. I'm telling you how I have protected myself, okay? I purchase whiskey, cases of it, ammo, cases of it, durable goods, so that if the shit hits the fan and you can't get, we got a new subscriber. All right. If the shit hits the fan and you can't get these things, they'll be worth a lot of money. You got to think outside the box here. You must think outside the box. 2 years ago, I bought a pallet of ammo. Pallet of it. Right? It was like a scratch and dent type deal. So I bought a pallet of ammo. I think I paid, I want to say $3.80 a unit, which is a box. 10 boxes in a case. I think there were like 140 cases. $3.80 a unit. Today, I'm getting $42 a unit. And people think that's a good deal because of the type of ammunition. That is how you create wealth. That is how you think outside the box. You need to do it right now. We don't know where this is ultimately going to go. We just don't. This could go extraordinarily bad. It sure can. You better believe it. You have multiple conflicts rising. Multiple. You have a president who is not respected at home or abroad. You have so much chaos internally. Crime is, look, I never leave the house without my American Express. I never do. Because it doesn't matter if I'm going to the good side of town or the bad side of town. Crime is everywhere. They have emboldened the criminal. They have empowered the criminal. And trust and believe, I haven't always walked the fine line. So I have friends that are decent, hardworking, and I have friends that, probably need to find Jesus. So I'm surrounded by all kinds. They've emboldened the criminal. These people are willing to do whatever because the repercussion doesn't fit the crime any longer. If you've ever taken a life, it changes you forever. Forever. I've had countless conversations with individuals where I want to know how this affects them. It changes them forever. This new generation, they're being brought up without morals, without a moral compass. Tell me I'm lying. They're being brought up in a different time altogether. They don't care the way you care. They don't see the world the way you see the world. I go live wearing a very patriotic hat. It is an Oakley hat. It's really a back the blue hat, but it's the American flag. And it's grayed out. And they say, nice pride hat. I show the flag in the background, and they say, look at the pride flag. Mocking the very thing that we were taught to always covet are freedom. They don't care about the freedom. They don't care about their standing in the world. They only care about themselves. They don't care about their neighbor. They don't care about you. They don't care that 8,500 soldiers have been put on high alert and could be deployed at any moment into a hot zone where there are a large number of Russian troops just chilling at the border of the Ukraine, threatening daily that they're going to invade. They don't care. They've emboldened the criminal. So no matter where I am, I take my American Express because I don't know what I'm going to run into. I had a long conversation with a retired general. Doesn't matter which branch. I'm not going to make it that easy for them. We talked about several things. We talked about what was going on in the world today, a la Russia. And I asked him, I said, what scares you the most about this time? Because you're retired. You're in the latter part of your life. You've served your country. You've been on 2 deployments. What bothers you the most? All right, check it out. Another subscriber. The other day when I was trying to figure out, I kept asking you, would you hitting something? I couldn't figure it out. It's a subscriber. It just popped up on the top. Yeah, pretty damn cool. Sorry. He said to me, America scares me the most. Out of everything I'm seeing today, COVID, international issues, a financial depression on the horizon, what scares me the most is what is here. And I really didn't, it took me a minute. Like I was taken back by the answer. So I said, can you be specific? He said, let me ask you a question. When you walk into a room, how do you feel? And I said, I guess I don't follow. He said, let me make it a little more descriptive. If you walk into a room of your enemy, how do you feel? And I said, I guess I would feel tension. There's the word. Everywhere I go, there's tension. How many times have you been cut off in the past month? Or how many times have you had an incident in public in the last month? I've had 9 incidents, and it is the 24th of this month. I've been keeping count. I truly have. 9. I had an incident at the mall over the weekend. Let me tell you about this, all right? I walked out of Macy's, and I heard this lady screaming. I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. She was surrounded by loss prevention, okay? It was a black lady, young, and 3 white loss prevention people. The crowd that amassed around us, all of us, and I have it on video if anybody wants to see, was large. I can't even put a number. I'll say 50 people. And there were young individuals of all races threatening the loss prevention people for doing their job. Now, do I think they were overboard? Yeah, I do. I think that they didn't need to pin this lady to the ground, you know. But that's where we find ourselves. Tensions are high. An individual came out of the crowd, young kid, white kid, and threw a punch and hit the loss prevention guy that was not even, he was basically trying to keep the peace, keep the people back, trying to explain to them that he, hey, we have a job to do. She stole stuff, and hit him. It was, I don't know how old you guys are. I always say that. Do you remember the club punch? Like, I was the master of the club punch. And what the club punch is where you come through the crowd and you swing from main. Like, you are reaching as far as you can back. And you just throw a haymaker. And you're looking to decimate everything. Now, again, I told you, I didn't always walk a fine line. I was the master of the club punch. That's what this guy got hit with. Smack right in the bridge of his nose and blood everywhere. Mall security came. Now, I'm sitting on, I guess it would be a marble bench, and I'm as close as you can get to the altercation. Security comes, and they're looking, and they don't know what to do. 2 mall security, armed with batons, are now in a crowd of 50 angry people because somebody broke the law. They looked at me and tried to tell me to turn my phone off. And that's when I knew, as an older individual, it was time for me to go. So I did. I turned my phone off and I walked away. Because I have morals. This new generation, and what the general was saying, is this new generation doesn't have those morals. They don't have the same makeup. And the older generations that are walking around in this country today, they're not afraid of Russia. They're not afraid of China. They're afraid of the government that is in place currently and the citizens. Because we have been brainwashed to hate each other. It's going to take a movement where it is voices of reason, not violence, to get the others to see what is going on. Now, I used to be a moderate. I used to side left on issues and right on issues. I would say when it came to fiscal issues, my money, I was very conservative. When it came to social issues, I was more moderate in the middle. And I was raised in a very conservative household. But it's taken me just a few years to say no, that I can see it now. I can see the fleecing of America. It's happening every day, folks. Every day. You are living it every day. What are you going to do about it? This is what I've decided to do. And again, I have so many people in my circle that are anti this all the way. No, Joe, do not do this. This is not for you. This is not for you. You need to do something different. And now you've added this name, the Angry American. They're really going to think that you are a domestic terrorist. Just add insult to injury. Why don't you? Now, for your beliefs, you're being called a terrorist. It wasn't me who threw the punch. It wasn't me who antagonized the situation. And it was me who listened to the authority when they said, turn the phone off. Now, a lot of you would be like, hell, I'm not turning the phone off. It's about respect. We've lost 5 police officers this year alone. It's January 24th. They've lost respect. I know what you're thinking. How the hell do we go from the economy to this? When that economy crashes, when it finally goes, you better watch out. You better watch out. It's going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced. It truly is. People are going to lose their shit. Imagine, follow me here. You are in a good place. You listen to the Angry American, and he put you on. And you have enough to fend for your family. Imagine one day you're out checking your garden because you're smart. You know what's coming. You don't want to be without, so you got to create your own. Just like what I said with creating wealth, thinking outside the box. And suddenly you're surrounded by a group of people who don't care, don't have the same moral compass. They're not there looking for anything other than your stuff. Now, I don't want to think that this is a reality. But I got to tell you, every day I live in this world, it's more of a reality than the day before. These are tough times. So tell me, with an international incident on the horizon, truly, with the great Russia, the other half of the Cold War, a nuclear powerhouse, tell me why it's not the news cycle today. Now, was it in the news cycle? Yeah. Is it the news cycle right now? Well, let me just pop out to old CNN and take a look, shall we? The main page of CNN, I do not even see Russia on right now. CDC, these destinations pose very high risk. Talking about travel destinations. As we're in the winter months and people want to get away, this is what matters. The next headline reads, Grand Jury to probe Trump's effort to overturn Georgia's election results. Are you tired of hearing about this? Because I know I am. Joe Biden's your president. Some of you accept him, some of you don't. That's besides the point. I'm just saying, for all intents and purposes, it is Joe Biden preparing for a conflict right now and not Donald Trump. Oh, and here's the third headline. Hot Mike catches Biden calling Fox reporter son of a bitch. That is what's important. That is what the left is seeing. This is their news outlet. This is where they get their news. That is why I watch so much of it, because I need to know the perspective. I need to know what is being fed to them. Now, let me look down this page to see where Russia is at. Cleveland suburbs offer window into how pandemic politics could shape. Oh, window. I said widow. That's where we are in the world. You know, there was a shooting up there not too long ago. Cleveland suburbs offer window into how pandemic politics could shape the midterm election. Robert Kennedy invokes Nazi Germany in offensive anti-vaccine speech. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar reacts to John Stockton's anti-vaccine conspiracy. U.S. pharmacies are rolling out free N95 masks and free COVID-19 testing begins to arrive in the mail. Those are your headlines on the left. Nothing about this conflict. Now, when a shot is fired, it will be blasted all over this page. And guarantee you, they blame the previous administration. This is where people go to get their information. This is what shapes their belief system. Television. Do you understand? Are you seeing it yet? Now, I know most of you are hip. I know most of you that follow me think along the same lines as I do, so you get it. For the new people that are just now coming around to the fact that you need to really pay attention to what's going on. You need to seek out the people that are right time and time again and listen to what they have to say for you. Do you get it yet? Do you see what's going on? And what are you afraid of? The general isn't afraid of Russia. The general isn't afraid of China. Of course they're adversaries. Of course they pose a big risk. He's not afraid of that. The general is afraid of this, because this has shaped a generation of morally bankrupt individuals. And we have to sleep next to them. Sometimes even in our own house. My daughter is a liberal. If you was to ask her, she would say, I'm a Democrat. She doesn't agree with me on any social issue, and she's in the same house with me. They played this to perfection. This takeover, this ushering in the global reset, it wasn't something that was going to happen overnight, and they knew it. Decades ago, they began to put their plan into action. Unfortunately, we are seeing the final days play out here in this plan. If you was to ask me today, Joe, what are you afraid of? What is your biggest fear? Aside from losing my loved ones, aside from losing my soulmate, because yeah, I do have a soulmate, and she is a rock star. Aside from losing that, I would say to you, my biggest fear is losing what so many have taken for granted for so long. Freedom. And we are on the cusp of that happening. Look at my situation if you want an example. I decided to speak my voice. I decided to speak my truth. I didn't fabricate. I didn't exaggerate. I just decided to shoot my truth. And I lost everything. And I continue to take gigantic losses. Pardon me. See, I told you I'm still not over the COVID 100%. I still take gigantic losses every day. I just told you I'm losing followers on an account that I use to talk to you guys, to interact with you. One more infraction and they will shut that account off. But on the flip side, everyone likes my content. I'm getting so many, they do all this crazy algorithm stuff with the share ratio and the like and the watch time. And all of my metrics are through the roof, but I'm losing followers because I continue to take colossal losses. Continue. What are you willing to lose? What are you willing to give up? Are you ready for a society where you don't have free will? Are you ready for a currency that will tell the powers that be everything you consume? Are you ready for a one world, united governing system? I mean, it's a very real possibility. If you was to ask me a couple years ago, I would have said, no way, no how, never will happen. Well, just a few years later, I'm battling against it. I've put it all on the line as one individual to do my part to make sure it doesn't happen. This is bad. And with saying all this bad, I'm always asked the question, because some people hear this and they listen to it for an hour and they're like, well, I mean, shit, if everything's so bad, then what's the point? I guess I should just live life while I can. There's hope. That hope lives in you. You that are listening right now, I'm talking to you. There's hope. You can change this. You have to be willing. You got to put in the work. You got to get down and dirty and do it. Not by violence, not by anger, not by belittling. You do it gracefully with pride and dignity. You always hold this country to the highest. Always. And you educate people that need educating. You point it out. You bring them here. You let them listen. On the facts that you learn, you give them the facts. At some point, that seed will grow. There will be something in their lives that triggers that growth. Mine was shutting down my business for a few weeks because of a virus. That seed, that not making sense part of that, grew into what you see today. You all have it in you to spark change. You gotta be willing to do it. That's all I got for today, guys. I just another one where I really look, I want to focus on things and I want to pick them apart, but it requires me just stepping outside myself. So I'm going to start trying to have guests on. We're going to start talking. The general, I'm trying to get him on. He doesn't really want to talk. People are afraid to come on this show. Can you believe that? People say you're a hot boy. I had to look it up. I didn't really understand what it meant. I'm a hot boy. What does that mean? People think that, they have it out for you. I mean, look what's transpired. If I go on your show, then all of a sudden, they're going to have it out for me. I don't necessarily think that is the case, but, people have a lot to lose. But here's the thing. What does it matter if the world is a different place? What does it matter what you have? If you're told you can't have it or you can't spend it in that way, what does it matter? If you have a lot to lose, then you should be willing to lose it to protect just the ability to have it. With that being said, I want to thank you all for listening. Please, if you can, do your part. Share this with people. We got a new screen. Those are the TikTok accounts, and I'm going to say it again, and I hate to be doing this. I'd rather not, but, life circumstances have dictated a different direction. There is a donate button. It's not a button. There's a donate section. If you want to donate to this, I encourage you to do so. Everything that's donated goes right back into this. This is self-funded. Everything we do, we come out of our pockets to do it. And, if you believe that that's your path, your way of helping, then please do so. If you are somebody who is skilled, if you're, skilled in creating a podcast or, graphics or whatever, please comment and get a hold of me. And that could also be a way that you help this grow. We can't leave this just a smaller thing. We've been too right for this not to reach everybody. I'm telling you, tell me where I've been wrong. And don't say, the funny shit, the character shit. Don't, oh yeah, the Cleveland Browns winning the Super Bowl. You guys knew what's up. When it comes to hard facts, tell me where we've been wrong. There's a reason we know everything. Until next time. I'm the Angry American. Stay angry, my friends.
So enigmatic and charismatic, gotta live static, gotta get at it, never pragmatic, cause we live tragic. I can't live average, to be alive's magic. Turn it up in the back cause I'm grabbing everything I want, get in my way and I'm stabbing. I'll be moving crowds till I'm 6 feet napping. They need another fix, hooked on like an addict. I got my eyes on the prize and it's changing lives. I wanna live till I die, make a difference, right? I wanna give those in need a reason to fight. I wanna live every day like it's my last night. I wanna change how we play the game, rearrange all the pieces till they say my name, push an agenda against doing what they say. I wanna stand up and start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution.